I acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the stolen land on which this video was recorded and edited on, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I extend that respect to the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia. I also pay respect to the elders both past, present and emerging. Sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Killed me. Absolutely. Stabbed me in the heart. Killed me. Like, what the fuck? Cuties, hi. So welcome to this video. In this video I am reading Crooked Kingdom for the first time. This will be a spoiler filled vlog, so if you haven't read it yet, I would recommend read it first and then come back to this. I really hope you enjoy it. Good morning, cuties. I really need to talk about Crooked Kingdom, which I've now started. I think I'm about maybe 3 hours of the way through at a guess. Also, I'm getting ready for today and I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna be updating you whilst I do this. So far, I am listening to it on audio and I'm not enjoying it that much. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if I'm like tuning it out because I'm bored or I'm bored because I've been tuning it out. So far, I don't even really know what's happening. They're trying to get Inej back and they've kind of tricked Van Eck, Daddy Van Eck, into giving Inej back. We haven't got her back yet, but I think it's about to happen. I've actually also read like the start of this book and I stopped reading it because I got bored. So I don't know if it's just me or what, but I'm feeling like, I don't know, something's different about this one. Maybe it's like I really want Inej and Kaz to like have their scenes, and because Inej is like kidnapped, they can't. Potentially that's the problem. Nina's really struggling, which is not what you want. And I didn't realize, but in the show we see Jesper's mommy, and in the book we see Jesper's dad. So I don't know if in the show Jesper's dad is still alive. I don't know, he's meant to be going to university or something. I don't know, it just felt really like out of place in this like gangs and like guns universe that we've created. I don't know, I was so confused of what was going on. Like, I do understand it now. I feel like all of the pubs as well, they're not like keeping me intrigued as they would usually. So I'm kind of like, oh, I guess I'll go to this pub now. Still have my fang bangs, but clearly I've had a bit of a kooky sleep. Side note, if you've seen The Little Mermaid, it was quite good. Only thing was there was like a lot of fat phobia in it, using the classic bubblegum lip scrub from Lush, because we're going into winter soon in Australia. It's really cold and my lips are feeling it. I just really hope they renew the show because I freaking love the show. Maybe that's a controversial thing to say, but you know what? I do love it and I ain't afraid to say it. That's fucking karma. People are like, don't fucking like the show. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. So I'm gonna update my thoughts on Crooked Kingdom while I change this beautiful bouquet. My beautiful best friend Alan got me this beautiful bouquet, and like, look at these little purple ones. So sweet. We're gonna change this bouquet from this one while I update my thoughts. So I'm currently on chapter 37. I have about an hour left of the audiobook and I am enjoying it more now. This is proving to be more difficult than I thought it would be. I feel like, I don't know if this is just an audiobook thing, but when they like go back into the past and talk about their past experiences or like little stories here and there from their trauma and stuff, I get really confused. It's not clear to me that we're going back. And also like, it feels like we're already in the story. We kind of know these characters. It kind of feels redundant to keep going back into their past without like learning something new. And I don't feel like we do learn something new every single time. It kind of seems slightly irrelevant, and it kind of like takes me out of the story of the like scheming and the actual plot. And obviously this book is like quite plot heavy, so doing that is like not doing it many favors. And also, I was originally gonna say this prior to Kaz like knowing about Wylan like pretending to tell them everything, and that was like part of the scheme. I was gonna say that the thing about having Kaz with this pattern that he has something planned always, and like he always
always has every variable worked out and he always has something up his sleeve. The thing about having this reoccurring theme, I like am worried less. Like the stakes aren't so high because I like expect Kaz to have planned something. Although the Wyland thing did actually get me. I thought for sure Kaz didn't know about it. So I did have like my doubts that he may, but like I was like, oh no, probably not. Sorry, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about when Wyland like gets kidnapped and then he tells Vanek about the entire plan. And I'm like, how does somebody end up dying? Because it seems like Kaz always has like a plan for everything, unless Kaz actually dies. So yeah, I'm very much like almost finished. I don't know what's about to go down. Like I'm not prepared. It looks so beautiful. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. I will show you in a second, but wow. One day I'd love to do like a floral, like arranging course, or like a day workshop or something. This is the bouquet in my vase. Oh, it's so stunning. I think my cat's playing around with a bug down there, but we're gonna put it right here. Oh, it looks so lovely. Also, a fun little thing that I did today, I did like a macrame workshop. Made this like wall hanging. It's so beautiful. I got like a little pothos cutting. How do you say pothos? The plot kind of feels like a little bit everywhere. The last one had like a really clear goal of where they were going. They had the heist and then they executed it. But this one just feels like we got that like big mission in the last 100 pages of the book. But I don't know, it's kind of giving 4 stars right now. I'm really scared to see who's gonna die. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I really love Kaz as a character. I really love Inej as a character. The others I do love. Like I like Jesper and Wyland. I don't know what it is. I just don't know if they feel like as like flushed out or like complicated as the other two do. I mean, there's a reason they're a fan favorite. Let me know in the comments who your favorite is in the group. I'd love to know. Matthias, is he actually dead? Is it actually him that dies? I gotta keep listening. Wow. Okay. I have finished Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. What a wild ride that was. A few things to say about the ending. Oh, like seriously sobs of crows, because what the fuck? The way that he got her parents for her and they were holding hands. Honestly, I feel like they are my one true pairing underneath Katniss and Peter. Like they're my number 2 all-time ship of like fantasy. Wow. And then she killed Pekka as well. My god. It's really complicated because I really enjoyed this book, but I do have some things that I was like, okay, you know? For example, Matthias dying. I'm really sad about it. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also just really happy that it wasn't any of the others. I know that sounds horrible, but like I'm really sad for Nina. It was slightly like underwhelming, but I guess death kind of is. Like not everybody gets like a heroic like death. I'm really gonna miss these characters, honestly. I love Kaz and Inej. They're both such complex people. They feel so real, and like that is really important to me in character building, is like that they feel real and they feel flawed and that they have good and bad in them and that they have motives and fears and their communication is different, and yet they have so many similarities that you can see why they like fall for each other. And I really love that. That was like perfectly woven for me. Like I love them too. Jesper and Wyland, I did love them. They are cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just felt like the less chemistry. And even with Nina and Matthias, like less chemistry. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like really having a hyperfixation on Kaz and Inej. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Something else I wanted to add is I understand, having now read this book, why people think that the show is a mess. I understand why Hannah at A Clockwork Reader was saying that it's messy, because the timelines are so fucked and I just don't know how they're gonna do a next season. Like a lot of the things that have happened already in the show only happen until
Crooked Kingdom, and then the heist hasn't happened yet in the show from Six of Crows, so it's just like so backwards. I really don't know how they're gonna do it, but regardless, I am excited for it. I think it only kind of reduces the show 1% for me. Maybe that's because I watched the show first before reading this, so I'm like less attached to this being like the legacy of these characters, but also the casting is just so perfect that I just really hope they don't cancel the show. The fucking quotes in this book killed me. Absolutely stabbed me in the heart, killed me. Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding? Oh, something else that was really fun was I wasn't expecting to see Jenya, Nikolai, and Zoya in this book, so that was really fun. Yeah, overall, I would say I'm gonna give this book a 4.5 stars. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. Some things were a little bit slow, some things felt a little bit disconnected and irrelevant to the actual like story plot building. However, I would recommend it to somebody, and it was so interesting to get that background of why he picked crows as the symbol of the gang, and like, why does it feel like there should be another book? I know that's why people like the Six of Crows, because it's a duology, but imagine a book with Kaz and Inej like going around and hunting all of these people. Like, I would eat that shit up. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a nice time with it. Bye.